My name is Walter Komarek. I'm the co-founder of Inc. Blockchain, Inc. Solutions, which is for the creative industry. We had our ICO actually in November last year. And so I can talk a little bit from that perspective out how the whole thing really works in practice. So I don't want to be that much lecturing. I want to come from the side how it works when you do it hands-on. The second project which I was actually still into it actually, is Bitcoin Clean, which is a hard fork of Bitcoin. Many people don't like hard forks, but however, it's a very serious hard fork done by high professionals, and even Bitcoin Core programmer was involved in that. Just a few words to that one. It's just done as a supporter from my side, because we see that Bitcoin pollutes, Bitcoin mining pollutes the earth extremely. So we only take on those miners which use renewable energy, hydropower, and those things. Yeah? So that's, and in terms of that, I want to go quickly back to what Georgina said before in terms of it's immutable. Yeah? That's actually right. But we see it here in practice, how it works. If the hashing power in the beginning is still not really distributed very widely, so we have to be very carefully as supporters looking whom we take on now as a miner, because if there comes a mining farm in with a huge hashing power, they can hash us on the wall, so to say, and then all those which is usually immutable can be changed by the hashing power. I'm also an angel investor, so that's the reason why I can really deeply talk about what's the difference, and that's now the topic actually. What's the difference between if an investor comes in with equity or if he comes in via, let me say, an ICO or token investment. And there's a lot of things to say actually about that. The point is, usually anyway, whatever money you take on from an investor, it doesn't matter if it's coming in via a token investment, if it comes in via equity investment, is a huge responsibility. It doesn't matter if this money is $10,000 or $100,000 or millions, you have the responsibility to be careful with that money and use it according to the project's needs. So actually my experience as an angel investor in different ICOs, where I came in as well as equity investor, as well as I bought tokens via the smart contract and on the website of the company, it's very actually 50-50. Let me put it like that, because we made actually several investments, and especially those ones which looked most promising and which had a real working product, which had already 3 years of experience, which had a great team of 40 people in the office over the last 3 years, and which really actually were from the point of view of all the parameters which we usually use, the company which we should invest into turned out as the worst one. So they broke all the contacts with all the investors after they raised the money and after they closed the ICO. That's it. Finish. The Telegram channel was live. Nobody was answering any questions. They moved their office. Who knows where they are? Actually, my speech was a bit differently prepared. I expected much more audience, actually. So for me was an important question, actually, who is in touch with the crypto industry, also in terms of an investor here, or as an angel investor, or as a venture fund. So this question I cannot really ask so much, I guess, because there's not too many people here today. However, it's an important issue that you, as an investor, always do things hands-on yourself. Having said that, open your own wallet, don't let it do by your assistant. Buy your own tokens, don't let it do by your assistant. You have to understand deeply inside all those things, how it works. How you move your tokens from one exchange to the other one. Do some small trades by yourself. Do the whole marketing strategy by yourself also. Yeah? So it's a lot of things which you should really hands-on do yourself, actually. So this is actually no slide. Here, okay. What is the investment strategy is a very important issue, actually. Most of the investors have a very different strategy. So the venture investments companies, they want to have a long-term view on the whole thing. So they want to see a ready product in the end of the day. They are patient. They want to influence maybe the project. They want to influence the owner, the co-founders. They want to put maybe their own person on board of the company in exchange of the shares they get for their investment. In the crypto industry, it's a bit different. You have the option, of course, also as a venture capitalist to come in via so-called soft agreement, which is a simple agreement for future tokens, or you just buy tokens during the ICO stage. So the investment strategy is a big issue. When I say big issue, it means, especially in the crypto industry, investors usually come in very speculative. So for them, they don't care. Do you have a ready product? Will this product work in 1 year well? Will this product make a profit once? They don't care. They only think, okay, there's 10 ICOs, I pick 5 of them. When 2 of them work well and I can sell my tokens well on the exchange, that's fun and good enough for me. The strategy is totally different, maybe of the venture capitalist, because he has the long-term view on the whole thing, and therefore he wants to have a real product developed. And that's the real problem what we see in the crypto industry. If you go to all these huge, let me say, long lists when you open CoinMarketCap or whatever, you see thousands and thousands of coins and tokens, and you don't know which one is real, because the fact is you never know if there's a team behind which is really seriously intending to make this happening. And it's really difficult to say if there's a team behind it which is not just simply using the money which you invested, let's say 10 million which came in via the investment, to manipulate their token via the exchanges, via market-making teams, and just to keep the token on a special, let me say, rate, in order to make their own people happy, in order to dump their own tokens which they got during the ICO stage, and then after a certain time, of course, this game is over, and the token will swim slowly down, 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 and that's it. And that's more or less one of the strategies also. So therefore, coming back to the original idea, what is the difference between the equity investment and as a venture capitalist? If you have equity in a company or the token, you have no influence. When you buy tokens, your influence is zero. You just a passenger in the whole game, and you have to be aware of that. It can be a great and exciting experience if the token brings your money back, and it can be a complete loss. So in any case, whatever money you invest, be prepared that this money can be lost totally, and do not invest into things with that money which you maybe might need for something else. Is there a guarantee on profit? I want to mention this also. Yeah, there is no guarantee on profit in both ways, actually. It doesn't matter if you come in with equity and you via an ICO and buy tokens. You never know if the whole project will fly. So the whole project might be a total disaster. Doesn't matter if the venture capitalist provides his knowledge, his best people also to support the project. However, still the project might not fly. The same thing with the investment via the ICO and via the tokens. Me personally, I prefer the token way because I have even a higher chance to make at least my investment back and sell only a few tokens in order to have my basic investment back and keep the other tokens and see how it develops further. So that was actually the conclusion of the whole thing. Thank you very much. And if you have some questions, I'm anytime here.
The percentage of ghost tokens. I don't know the correct term, but the exchange. So you're seeing on the exchange pump and dumps. I'm seeing an incredible amount. Do you have an idea what that percentage is?
I mean, after such a long time that I'm in this industry and seeing and hearing a lot, going to conferences, having my own money invested in the things, I would say it's a majority, a high majority, because you have to combine it actually. Ghost token, or however you call it, so those tokens which are not intending to develop or to deliver, yeah? Plus you also have to see those ones which want to deliver, but they just simply fail. Yeah. There's also in the financial industry, when you see all those payment systems which are doing their ICOs, let's say payment providers, credit cards, and so on and so on, most of them do not have even a bank negotiated until today to have the fiat crypto in-out. Just as an example, yeah. And I have my own investment in Crypterium, for example, which is one of those payment providers, or crypto pay, yeah, which was the worst example of all. But I would say ghost tokens, or not sustainable tokens, or tokens where you cannot expect on a long-term strategy there comes something out of it, I would say higher than 70%. But still people might have made money on that. So even those which put it there, money, might have made money back. How? Because it went on the exchange. And on the exchange, if the... No, let me put it like this. I compare our ink token, actually. We started with 7 cents on the exchange. It went up during 3 months without any market making, without any help, to 90 cents. So, of course, a lot of people which bought tokens try to sell their tokens. And if you sell, for example, 15-20% of your tokens, you have your investment back, and the rest you hold, for example. Then the price went down because the whole market went down in January, February. And now it's picking up again to 18, 19, 20 cents, and I'm sure it will pick up more because Inc. has a big potential delivering the products now. They're working in 3 offices. There are 70 people on it. It's a real project. Otherwise, I wouldn't give my name for it. But you see how you make money on that. Yeah? So you make money on that moment when the token rises on the exchange. And it has different reasons. There's people which are investing into tokens just on their name of the token, without any other knowledge about it. They're just putting, okay, there came 20 new ones, okay, from this 20, 15 I like. And I put everywhere $1,000, for example. And imagine this doing 100,000 people. So there's a real turnover going on. And you might, as an investor, make, in that case, your money back. So therefore, the token way is not the worst way, actually, for an investor to make money back again. But it's a speculative way. Yeah.
It's not investing, it's speculating.
Totally, totally.
Throw shit at a wall.
Yeah, it is like that, actually. Yeah. However, there is some products which have a real potential and a real future. And also what I like on the whole industry is it's a big potential for those, and chance, actually, for those people which would never be able to raise money. And they have real great products. There's people they have real great products, but not one investment fund would give them a penny, maybe, because it's quite difficult. You need contacts, you need to run around, you need to have at least one lead investor in order to have the money to run around to do crowdfunding. You need to have at least something in your pocket, right? But there's people out, they have nothing. They have their workforce and maybe $10,000 altogether in their pockets. I saw such teams, thousands. And I took some of them on as a seed, as an incubator story, not officially, but I saw potential in them, I financed them, and then bring them to ICO stage, for example, now, if I see a real potential in the project.
So in that case, we are saying any company decides to open a token, start an ICO, can do it just like that, without any regulation, without anything. I just want to create my own and start ICO and collect money, and then it's a scam, it goes on, and that's how it is. Is there any regulation, at least, are you allowed to be listed in this?
Let me answer the question this way. The market became much more mature during the last 1.5 years. So those investors which 1.5 years just throw out the money like that, they became much smarter, much more interested in the deeper knowledge of the project. So it doesn't work anymore like this. And also, to make an ICO today, if you don't have at least 250K in your pocket, you will not be able to bring it at least alive. So you need to show already some proof of funds, let me say, in order to bring this project alive. It's not an easy way anymore. 2 years ago, you made an ICO easy with 30,000 in your pocket, actually. Yeah? But this has changed totally. And investors became much, much smarter.
You don't think all this with manipulation reach that level of amount. I mean, Bitcoin, let's say, to reach 20,000. I mean, it's not manipulation than real crypto.
It's more like people want to be a part of the cocktail party, and they are trying. Oh, the greed is driving them more like this. You know, we saw that actually when Bitcoin was flying like this, even people which never ever had any idea of what Bitcoin means were calling me and said, Walter, make me happening that I can put 1,000 euro into that. Because they had no idea, they just wanted to be a part of the whole thing. Yeah? Because everybody wanted to say, I have a Bitcoin. I'm also a Bitcoin owner. You know, I have one Ether. Yeah, I mean, I'm a part of the whole story also.
Everybody's making money out of papers,
Not really. Not really. You can hold it, and I mean, it will become the moment where some of those currencies become real payment instruments. I'm pretty sure on that. It's still very early stage.
I'm not very much experienced about that. That's why it's so interesting for me. When you say that in order for the company to create an ICO itself, it has to have initial capital of 250,000. How it works? It's kind of regulator to whom I have to present this application, this intention to create this kind of ICO. I didn't get you.
It's actually very simple. You have an idea. You want to do a project, tech project or whatever. You have a team. Without team, you cannot do it. You need programmers, of course. You need marketing people. You need all those which you need to prepare to make a good product working. And then you have to present your product. You have to go to a conference. You have to create a business. Yes, you have to write a white paper. The white paper is an important part of the whole thing, actually. I mean, even the best white paper can be a fairy tale. Yeah. Sorry.
So this also depends on how much you want to raise. Okay, so if you want to raise 50 million, you're gonna have to put a lot more effort and work.
No, that is very true what the gentleman is saying. If you want to raise real huge amount of money, let's say 50 million, as you said, and I was into the Crypterium project, which raised 50 million, 52, by the way, I can tell you how it worked. The founder himself put it 1 million into marketing. Yeah. Before that, he put it about 500,000 into a working product, office, 25 people which doing all these developments. So it's a serious project, and they're really coming up with the project the next weeks and months. However, the founder put it in 1 million by himself, just for marketing and PR. What gave it to him back? About 7 times. That means for each million he put it in, he received roughly 7 million back in ICO investments. In the end of the day, these 52 million were created by about 70,000 investors around the world. And all those 70,000 investors actually are potential clients for him also. So his marketing campaign paid off, actually. Yeah.
So those aren't retail investors. Those aren't.
Yeah, they want to get they want to get the credit card of this payment system also by themselves, and they want to use it by themselves also. Yeah.
So the average investment amount is?
Divided by yourself. Yeah. No, but I mean, they had an initial investment of his own million, and then maybe they had 2-3 venture capitalists which put it in 2-3 million. Yeah, but all the other big amount of 48 million approximately came in via the so-called crowdfunding. Yeah.
From the US?
No, they're actually based in Moscow. Yeah, had US co-founder. Really well done, great project, and I think their token will be soon on the exchange also.
What about all this wallet hacking, non-secure things going on? I mean, okay, you buy a token, you buy Bitcoin, you have your own wallet, and then somebody comes and hack it.
I can calm you very easily down. As long as you don't have thousands of Bitcoins in your wallet, nobody will hack you. And if it comes to real volumes, real amounts, put it into a cold storage, and that's it. It's a very simple answer, actually. Yeah. But I can for sure tell you, if you have 100 Bitcoins, you're not interesting for anybody. Yeah. No, they want to target the real big sharks, you know. Yeah. I mean, I had an experience with an exchange in Asia, actually, which was my worst experience, actually, not long ago. I forgot just simply to move some of my coins out. Yeah, I forgot it. And when I wanted to come back to the exchange, the site was down. And next day it was also down. And after 1 week it was still down. And support didn't answer. And after 1 week, support answered me, we got hacked. We got hacked, please use our new website, which is now 1234. Use your same credentials, everything will be fine. So I went in and everything was still as it was. So I didn't lose anything. It was still good. So actually, experience was bad in the first moment, but still good, but everything was actually fine after that. Thank you very much.